is Adam. I tried to count how long I've been here, but I stopped. The count always breaks anyway. There's nothing here that changes. At first, you think it is a place. Then you understand it is not. It is not a place. It is the same thing, over and over again. The same moment you keep returning to, no matter how far you go. I tried to think about something else. Anything. About people. About how things were. But it does not hold. Everything falls apart and returns to the same point. Sometimes it feels like if I stop thinking about it, it would get easier. But it does not get worse because of thoughts. It gets worse when, for a second, it becomes silent. And in that silence, only you remain, without anything else.
felt like I never really had a choice. My family turned their backs on me when things got hard. Endless empty phrases. Everything will be fine. Don't worry. Family values died for me a long time ago, just like my love for my wife. Her constant whining about never having enough money. Of course, taking the money I worked for and handing it over to her lazy, worthless brother is easier than getting a real job. I ruined my own life. I chose the wrong person. I want to fix this mistake. Missed calls that night. I promised I'd take care of you, but I failed you. Everything piled up so fast. Everything in my life changed too quickly. A family that no longer sees me as someone they can rely on, and that I no longer see as my family. Terrible news from work. We barely spoke for almost a month, and I don't know. I know I'm making excuses right now. Maybe that's the only thing I'm capable of anymore. Everyone around me here is a bunch of incompetent idiots, too scared to take risks or bring bold ideas to life. You're all a pack of morons who can't understand that my projects are the future. A future you'll never get to see. Firing me when I know all the dirty secrets of this company is a huge mistake. We'll see who actually comes out of this clean. Fix everything. God, I hate myself so much. Forgive me. Forgive me for not being able to give you the chance to remember what it feels like to live without suffering, without panic attacks. This is my fault. My fault. My fault. My fucking fault. I'm so scared. I don't know, God.
Hey, are you alive? What's going on here?
You already understand more than you think.
Who are you? Is this hell?
If this were hell, you wouldn't be asking questions.
Then what is it? Just explain it to me. Damn it.
This place, Adam, is where expectation dissolves into result, and the result gives rise to expectation again.
You're speaking in abstractions. So is it expectation, or is it already the result?
Neither. There's no expectation here, because nothing is meant to happen. And there's no result, because everything has already happened. This place isn't for events, but for understanding what you've already done.
Understanding? What does that change if everything has already happened?
It changes a lot, but not the past. It changes you in relation to it. As long as you distort it, you keep acting the same way even now.
I'm not doing anything right now. I'm just standing here.
You're still explaining? Even now?
What else am I supposed to do? Damn it! I don't understand you. I'm trying to figure this out. I didn't ask for any of this.
A request and a choice are different things. You might not have wanted the consequences, but that doesn't change the fact that you chose the actions that lead to them. I'm only answering your questions.
Now I'm starting to doubt I even need your answers. You make it sound like I had perfect control, but I didn't. Everything was complicated. People, pressure, a constant feeling of being used.
Control is rarely complete, but in key moments, it's enough to stop. The question isn't whether you could control everything. The question is whether you noticed the moment when you could still stop.
You think I didn't notice?
I think you did, but you decided it was too late to turn back, or too important not to finish.
I know one thing. Sometimes you can't back down. Otherwise you end up as the one people walk all over.
You confuse refusing to stop with strength, but they're not the same. Persistence can look like strength until it becomes a way to avoid admitting a mistake.
Easy for you to say. It's all over now. Especially for you.
At least now you have distance. Back then you had more. You had time.
Time. It always feels like there isn't any. Everything happens fast, and you have to react.
You weren't reacting. You kept coming back to the same thoughts, turning them over, refining the details. That's not an impulse. That's a process. You built it step by step.
I was just trying to put my life in order.
Order where the source of irritation disappears is often mistaken for justice.
You keep reducing everything to me wanting to get rid of my problems. And who doesn't?
Everyone does, but not everyone chooses methods that can't be undone.
I didn't think it would be irreversible.
No. You knew there would be no going back. You might not have imagined the exact form of the consequences, but you understood their nature.
No. I would have stopped if I'd been sure my life would change.
Certainty is a convenient condition that is almost never met. You waited for it so you wouldn't have to take responsibility for the decision.
So, you're saying I just decided, and that was it? No excuses?
The excuses came later. The decision came first.
If you can talk about all this philosophical bullshit so easily, then you should understand I had reasons. There were people ruining my life, making everything worse.
You're comparing again, like you always did. It helped you avoid looking at your own limits.
I know one thing. I'm not worse than anyone else. I'm sure of that.
You don't have to be worse or better. What you've already done is enough. You keep trying to place it in a context, to find a frame where it looks acceptable.
Isn't context important?
It explains. It doesn't undo.
Then what's left? Just to accept that
To accept that you knew enough to stop and didn't. And to understand why that wasn't enough.
And what does that give me? Or would have given me?
An honest answer to who you were in that moment, not who you wanted to believe you were.
And if I don't like the answer?
Then it will be the first time it's accurate.
This is nonsense. I'm not sure I even want to know.
It's the only thing there is to know here.
And if I refuse?
Then you keep the same version of yourself, with the same decisions inside it. You've already seen where it leads.
Then I've got nothing more to say. Since I'm here, it must have been necessary. I'm ready for the consequences.
You're simplifying again. Calling it consequences makes it sound like something external that happened to you. But this isn't what was done to you. This is what you consistently chose.
Maybe I just ended up in the wrong place, with the wrong people, in the wrong life. It always felt like there should have been more for me. And in the end, I got this. Tell me, is this fair?
You talk about what you got as if it were given to you from outside. But you didn't get it. You arrived at it yourself. Every decision you made narrowed the path until only one remained.
So I never had a chance? Was it all predetermined?
No, you're still not listening. You had enough chances to stop. You chose not to every time.
Of course, it's easy for you to say. You're chasing logic. And yes, it sounds logical, but I did what I believed was right.
No, you did what was easier to call right. That's not the same.
They were getting in the way of my life, ruining everything. I couldn't just sit and watch.
You weren't removing obstacles. You were removing what made you feel responsible.
It was my life. I had the right to decide.
You had the right to choose, but not to expect your choices to have no consequences. You're still trying to protect the version of yourself that brought you here. As long as it remains untouched, nothing changes.
And now what? Is this the end?
No. This is the place where, for the first time, you have no way to act. All that remains is to look.
Look at what?
Yourself, without explanations, without excuses, without comparisons, for as long as it takes until you stop looking away.
And if I can't?
Then you'll remain who you were. The only difference is that here, you can no longer fail to notice it.
And if I say I understand everything now, that I'm different, will you let me go?
That's easy to say here, where you no longer have the choice to act as you did before. The question is who you become when that choice returns.
I truly understand what I did in life. I know I'm a different person now. You have to let me go. You can see that I regret it.
Repentance that demands a response is expectation. Expectation that wants to be rewarded. Goodbye, Adam.